buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-366-6161. That's 800-366-6161. 800-366-6161.
With NWKS Radio News, I'm Connor Schuh. Multiple red flag warnings came up in parts of Kansas yesterday, with all the way up to 24 counties in the state being hit with the warnings, including Sherman, Wallace, and Greeley counties, including some more in the northwest Kansas area, holding those warnings yesterday. They came at the beginning of Kansas Wildfire Awareness Week this week, with the Kansas Forest Service providing tips for Kansans about fire safety throughout the week. The KFS said over 90% of wildfires in the state are caused by people, often from things like dragging trailer chains, welding, equipment use, or outdoor fires that lose control. For example, the Forest Service urges homeowners to be proactive by taking steps like removing dry vegetation and flammable materials from their properties. For these and other stories, go to nwksradio.net.
Cool high pressure is settling in this morning behind a front that went through overnight. Highs will be in the upper 40s to low 50s with partly sunny skies and a north-northeasterly wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Lows tonight will be in the mid-20s. Tomorrow, winds will turn back to the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A return of dry and mild conditions with highs in the upper 50s and lows around 30. Thursday will continue to be warm and dry with highs in the lower 60s, a northwest wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour turning into the east ahead of a trough and low coming over the Rockies on Friday with the chance of maybe some light showers. Heavier precipitation and rain is more likely to the south of us in southwest Kansas and Oklahoma. Friday's highs will be around 50 with overnight lows dropping below freezing. Thus, Saturday morning, some light snow or flurries is possible. Clearing Valentine's afternoon with highs in the upper 40s. This meteorologist Chris Rummick at NWKS Radio Weather Center.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pest Away in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pest Away today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
At Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic, they believe in promoting healthier living through compassionate quality care. From state-of-the-art maternity care to life-saving emergency services, their dedicated team is there for you and your family. Whether it's managing diabetes, navigating recovery, or receiving specialized treatments, they're committed to your well-being. Discover the difference a community-focused hospital can make. Visit rayhospital.org today to learn more. Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic. Your health, our priority.
Start the new year in a new Chevrolet from Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, where the deals are ready to roll. Right now, get behind the wheel of a Chevy Trailblazer with 3.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or step up to a Chevy Silverado 1500 and score up to $6,250 in rebates with an eligible trade-in. It's the perfect time to upgrade your drive and start the year strong with the power and reliability of Chevy. Make your New Year's move today at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Shop online anytime at hurlchev.com.
Boy, howdy, are we in the big travel season. Have peace of mind that trained and certified crews from S&M Towing, Recovery and Repair stand by round the clock, ready to help you. The tri-state area rely on these teams from Goodland, Burlington, Colby, and Oakley. When troubles arise, get roadside assistance, towing and recovery anytime, any size. Call 785-899-5423, 899-5423.
Kick off 2026 ready for whatever winter brings. At Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby, they've got the gear to start the new year strong. Get organized with rugged storage totes. And when the snow starts falling, if it does, power through it with Ego and Craftsman snowblowers. Or if it's just the light stuff, blow it away with Ego leaf blowers. And don't forget ice melt to keep your sidewalk safe all season long. New year, winter ready. Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby. Helpful folks, trusted brands, and everything you need to get it done.
Need a porta potty or septic pumping in Northwest Kansas? Call Topside Portables and Pumping, your local family-owned crew. They've got clean, reliable toilets for weddings, farms, and job sites, plus full septic services, RV waste, fertilizer tanks, and more. Available 24/7, because when nature calls, they answer. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. Reliable, local, clean.
We understand that change can be hard. If you're still holding on to your old flip phone, we might just have the deal for you. At Next Tech Wireless, you can get the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 on us. With its convenient and pocketable design, this phone transforms into what you need when you need it. Next Tech Wireless, celebrating 20 years of connecting Kansans.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
If you want to win in football, it all starts up front. Mass kicks ass.
And Connor Schuh.
He's the new guy.
The High Plains only local sports talk show. Broadcasting live on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 and video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
They're basically idiots.
Covering it all from the preps.
Up ahead to Blair Lennon. Lennon, the crossover back to Cure. Hello, boom! A two-handed tomahawk flush.
To the pros.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Protection is good. Bold loads it up. He's got it. A receiver there. Franklin makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
The Blitz is presented by Pearl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank. Along with
Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, the Insurance Agency, Pestaway LLC, Topside Portables and Pumping, and the Farmer State Bank in Oakley.
Let's go to work.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. We are back here on the Morning Blitz on this February the 10th. Nothing I hate more than a Windows update. I'm telling you that right now. A Windows update just completely screws up everything that is holy about, trying to get the show to sound good in the morning. Had all this audio cut from Kansas's big upset win versus Arizona, and not much, if any of it's going to get played today because of an update on the computer. And so nothing like a Windows update to just get your day off to a great start. But
you got to block him if you can.
I guess. I don't know. Kind of one of those deals like you need as much help to perform as best you can. So maybe you need all these updates to help you perform good. So nonetheless, it's all right. We'll power through on a Tuesday. Glad you're with us here on the Morning Blitz, broadcasting, of course, on Rocket 102.5 KLOE. And WKSradio.net and the Hurl Chevrolet GMC video stream on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Glad to be with you. I'm not going to lie. I thought I might be doing this show alone today. I had thoughts because you were making predictions that you weren't feeling too hot. And I thought, oh, gosh, if he's not feeling good, I can guarantee he'll be coming home from TMP. Like, I'm not going to be able to do the show tomorrow, Ross. Nope. Like, I understand. But look at you.
I rebounded.
You rebounded well.
Yes.
Do you have the secret? Do you have like a secret remedy or something when you're feeling a little bit like, I don't know, good, and then you like, I don't know, whatever.
The remedy was listening to the Cavs game on the way home and us coming back and beating the Nuggets. That was my remedy.
Yeah, last second 3-ball from James Harden. To tie?
Yeah, he tied it, and then Donovan Mitchell got fouled with like 0.9 to go and won it with free throws. It was crazy.
How many people would say that the Cleveland Cavaliers were the remedy to a sickness?
Guys like me, come on.
Our own Connor Schuh would say that. I'm
a Cleveland sports sicko. I'll say that.
Fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have our own sickos in sports. Anyway, FB Bank text line is open, and it is on fire this morning already, firing away with lots of thoughts on Kansas's win last night over Arizona. We'll get to that game here in just a matter of moments. We'll talk some high school hoops from last night and into tonight. We'll get to that a little bit later on in the program, and we'll have our recap from our picks of the weekend. Those will be coming up as well here in today's Tuesday show. Get your thoughts, comments in on the FB Bank text line at 785-899-2222. Real quickly, a weather update for you. Not going to be as cool, not going to be anywhere near as warm today as it has been the last few days. Temperatures only expected to be into what is the upper 40s today. And those temperatures are going to kind of hang around throughout the rest of this week. We might see some temperatures that get into the low 60s maybe later on in the week, but I think we're going to see temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s throughout the rest of this week. And then we'll see. Once again, don't hold your breath, but there is a chance of some precipitation coming Friday and Saturday.
Don't believe it.
Now, like I said, I'm not. It's only 30% chance, which is pretty much 15%. So there's not that much chance of it, but just keep that in mind. By the way, I saw yesterday, my wife pointed out to me that up on Lake Erie, it's like completely frozen. And now there's like a massive crack in the middle. Have you seen those pictures?
I have. It is. I've seen some of my friends from back home. They're like out walking on the lake just because we have a bunch of beaches up there. So it's like you can just go out and just take a stroll.
Is this a typical phenomena or is this something that is rare?
It freezes like at least once most winters, but not to that effect where it's like the whole thing is just iced out. Usually it's like a little bit of it out for like a couple of miles and it's like that for like a day or two, but usually it doesn't stick around forever. But I think this is one of the bigger freezes we've had.
I was going to say, is ice fishing big there?
People do it. I don't think it's the biggest thing, but people do it there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if it only freezes, for a month or so, maybe I don't know what the length of time would be, but I don't know. I just saw that yesterday and I was like, wow. And then apparently this massive crack that it's split down the middle, you can see it from outer space. Apparently it's so big.
Oh, really?
Well, they said, yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, I haven't been to outer space, obviously, but that's what I've read. Like you can see it from
how
outer
many
space.
have?
Anyway, so I thought of Lake Erie and I thought of you.
I am from there.
I was gonna say, well, I wonder if he's seen this big, massive ice crack in the northern part of Lake Erie. So anyway, we got full show ahead here. Let's dive in. Boy, last night, what a performance! I know you weren't able to watch any of it, but I'm telling you, I watched it all, and holy cow! Let me tell you what, Kansas basketball goes out there and has a performance. I have so many feelings on this game. They end up beating Arizona 82-78, the final score last night. My first thought was, so I'm getting ready to sit down and watch this game, and I'm like, okay, I'm excited. I want to see what Kansas looks like. I want to see what this is. I'm feeling good. I cannot wait to see what they have to offer. And the first thing I see is they're wrapping up the blowout prior, which is like Louisville beating some team by like 30 some points. So
anyway, NC State, that was crazy.
Yeah, they just absolutely pound NC State. But anyway, so then the first thing they say, and here's Darren Peterson. He won't play tonight because of flu-like symptoms. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
So now he's sick.
You've got to be kidding me. Like, that was my thought. And once again, I am not a KU fan in any way, shape, or form. But my goodness, if I was a KU fan, I would have been irate. You're telling me we've got the number one team in the house, the biggest game of our season to this point, and our best player is not available again. He's played in 11 of 24 games this year.
He could have had a flu game. Come on.
Yeah. Like, there was someone great. Someone else I saw a tweet on social media. They were like, stuffy nose. and stuffy nose is going to keep him out from playing a basketball game. It was nuts. And then there was this whole ordeal on social media about some guy who keeps stats at the game on the floor was texting to somebody, and it said something about he witnessed it all go down, where Bill Self said, if you're on 100%, then get the bleep out of here. And Darren Peterson's like, I'm out, or something like that. I mean, seriously, there's all this drama.
They got bubble wrap on that guy.
But I'm telling you, if I was a Kansas fan, I just would have been irate. Like, you're kidding me. We have this humongous game, and he can't be here. Of course he can't. But
the man in the middle, he seemed to kind of hold it down. Flory Badunga looked like he had a game.
Flory Badunga was great, but I'm telling you, the most important addition for Kansas basketball this offseason was not Darren Peterson. And I'm not going to, and even though bringing back Flory Badunga was huge, Melvin Council Jr. is the biggest addition for Kansas basketball this previous offseason. He is the straw that stirs that drink, and he sets the culture, And he is, as they like to call him, he is that dog. And by goodness, he stirred the drink last night. Don't get me wrong. Flory was fantastic. A double-double of 23 points and 10 rebounds. He was fantastic. But Melvin Council Jr., the transfer from St. Bonaventure, has been unbelievable. Now, he took 25 shots and only made 6.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great statistical performance. He made 10 of 11 free throws, but he stirred the drink last night.
Let me get in here for a second. I saw something last night of the post-game presser. I think it was him, Flory, and Bill Self up top, and he gets the stat sheet and he's looking at it and he sees that he went 6 for 25 and he couldn't believe it. He was like, "Oh my God." And he was just disgusted at himself that he took 25 shots.
The best part was Flory going, "You need to pass the ball more." That's what
exactly. That was hilarious.
No, I mean, it was so amazing to watch. So my initial thought was, why is Darren Peterson not playing? And of course he's not playing because of flu-like symptoms. But Kansas trailed for a majority of the game until they got to about, 8 minutes or so left to go, 6 to 8 minutes, and they're able to pull ahead and not relinquish the lead. They just continued to make shots. Flory was great inside, despite dealing with Krivas, who's a phenomenal shot blocker. I mean, he had probably two of the better defensive bigs in the entire nation going at it last night, and those two guys. But it was plays like that you see in the Hurl Chevrolet GMC Vision where Melvin Council just takes the ball right down the floor. Nobody stops him. He's so fast and able to lay it up and in. Did it so many times. This was a great play there between the dump off to Bryson Tiller, who also was good last night. Tiller had 18 points, 8 rebounds. He was really good. It's amazing to me that Kansas can miss its quote-unquote best player, most talented player, and yet almost play better and still beat the number 1 team in the nation. And Arizona is handed their first loss of the year, and I get that. But I don't think they're going to leave the 1 line. I don't think they should. You lost on the road at in Allen Fieldhouse, where it's no doubt the hardest place to play in the country. That place was electric last night.
Let's see who they have left on their schedule.
Arizona or Kansas?
Arizona. They got Texas Tech, then BYU, then Houston, then Baylor, Kansas again, Iowa State, and Colorado. So that's a lot of ranked matchups left. So they might drop one of those.
Well, my point is they're not going to leave the 1 line as in the next week's rankings is my point. Now, if they lose to Texas Tech Saturday, that's different. But
I don't think so.
I don't think this game it's not one of those bad losses on your tournament resume. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not. I mean, you went toe-to-toe with Kansas, who played great. Bill Self, post-game, talked about how, didn't play that great. It's particularly the first half, but in the second half, we were awesome. And then he even said, this was a game that Allen Fieldhouse won, helped us win, got us the win across the finish line. It was just impressive. But there were so many unique stats to see after the game. Did you know that was the first time that Kansas has beaten a number 1 ranked team at home since like 1953?
Really?
That's nuts to me.
That's
I cannot
surprising.
believe it. Now, they have beaten, that was an AP number 1 team. They did beat Oklahoma, who was coach's number 1 back when Buddy Hield was playing at OU.
Oh, Buddy.
But this is the first time they've beaten an AP team since 1953 when they beat, guess who? Kansas State at the Fall.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Kansas State, number 1.
Actually, K-State was actually the better basketball program before Kansas was, kind of to an extent. They were really good for a long time.
Before our time.
In the 50s, yeah.
Yeah.
Tex Winter, well, he was kind of the father of the triangle offense. He was at Kansas State. Is where it all
know the name.
Yeah, it's all kind of began at Kansas State. But I don't know. Did you watch any of those other highlights from that game? Did you happen to see those other highlights? Any takeaways from other things you saw?
I mean, I got to see a little bit, but I think the biggest thing was when I checked Twitter after my game, I saw a lot of buzz about how good Flory was. So when I checked the box score and I see 23 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks, 8 for 11 from the floor. He's a good free throw shooter too, 7 for 9. I think that checked out. Because I don't know why, but I just saw an overwhelming amount of tweets about Flory. I didn't get to see too many of the highlights. I did see some of them, but saw most of those for the first time on the clip you just played.
No, I mean, Flory was great, and he's been so consistent for them. He has been an absolute rock for them. I don't know if Flory's had any terrible games this year. He's just been consistently solid and providing that beginning. He was facing probably his toughest test of the season in Krivas, who had 6 blocks, a game high 6 blocks in this game. He was great. I think I might have found Arizona's weakness. I think I might have found it. I talked about how they were so dominant, and they are definitely one of the best 3 teams in the country. And I think they still are probably one of the best 3 or 4 teams in the country. But the reason why I think their weakness is they don't really have a knockdown 3-point shooter.
They're not a great shooting team. They shot 40% last night, but they only took 15 threes. So they just don't get them up really.
But there's going to be some times where, like in this game, where you needed to probably make a 3 or so. And Braden Burries goes out there and hits 4 or 7. He was fine. And Anthony Delorso hit one off the bench. I think he needed to play a little bit more later because they needed some 3-pointers to kind of help spark them. But I don't know. I was kind of surprised. I don't know if 3-point shooting, it's not something they're really looking to do because they got all that size and might as well use it to their advantage. They've got good mid-range guys and guys who loves to drive the basketball, and I get that, but they might need a 3-point shooter from time to time to kind of come in and help them a little bit when they're going to face some really good teams. I don't think it's a humongous weakness. I just think it's a small one if you want to find one.
Yeah, I know what you mean because they're a team without many weaknesses, but I think they're going to lean on Braden Burries a lot when March comes around, and they're going to need a guy to knock down some threes because that's always how upsets happen in March is the other team, the little team, always ends up hitting a bunch of threes, and they get the win because of that. So honestly, when you look at it, Arizona is susceptible to that. Maybe not the 1/16 upset. You've only seen that once or twice, I should say, but maybe to the 1-9 upset, for example, maybe.
Yeah. Michael chiming in says, beware of the fog, Rock Chalk. He said, and then we were talking about Darren Peterson not playing. He said, it felt like a kick in the nuts. Is what Michael said.
Yeah.
Darren Peterson wasn't playing. Once again, I'm not even a fan. I just like to see a good game. And I was like, you're kidding me. Maybe the most talented guy on the floor is not going to play because of flu-like symptoms. And he didn't even look that bad. Like I saw videos of him warming up. He looked fine. Like I don't get it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
If he has flu-like symptoms, why is he out there anyway?
I don't know, but that's like I said. It just to me, it is so ridiculous. If I was Bill Self, I'd be like, "This is it. I'm done with this guy. Just shut down for the rest of the year and get ready for the draft." My team is out on the floor, and by golly, we just knocked off the number 1 team in the country at home. I get it, but we knocked off the number 1 team in the country with the group that we had, and I think we're just
too good to shut down.
I'm with you, but I tell you, Bill Self has at some point in time got to be like, this just stinks.
Yeah.
Why in the world can I not have my team be at full strength? And what could we be if we were at full strength? Like I'm serious. Like, is Darren Peterson not going to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament?
I mean, it could happen. But
he could not. It's amazing to me.
You don't know.
You don't know night in, night out if he's going to be there. It is an absolute flip of the coin. He's got cramps. He's got leg tightness. He's got whatever flu-like symptoms. Not even the flu-like symptoms. Just it's nuts to me to see what's all going on. And so I think that's why I think I'm even more floored this morning that Kansas won when he wasn't playing, yet they still found a way to win. And once again, I give so much credit to the Fog. That place was rocking, and it's amazing. It always catches up to you at some point in time. Arizona played with a lead for a majority of the game, and then here comes the Kansas kind of starts getting going at the end of the second half, and here comes the Fog behind it. I mean, they were like 110 decibels inside that building last night. 110 decibels. Just absolutely crazy to think about. But I tell you, when we had, who do we have on to talk about this? Was it Jesse? Was it, I think it might have been Henry Greenstein we had on, and we were talking about, the stretch, this stretch. I think we had him on after the K-State game possibly, or maybe it was before the Kansas State game. We had Henry Greenstein on, and we talked to him about, look at the stretch of games ahead for Kansas after they get to, this Kansas State game, of course, with the rivalry. But then you had a ranked BYU team, ranked Texas Tech team on the road, a ranked Arizona team at home, and then at Iowa State. There is a chance, not saying it's going to happen, there's a chance they could go a perfect 6-0 through this stretch. Which who would have thought that
possible after
watching what we watched from time to time beginning in the Big 12 slate?
No, there was a point where I think we both tentatively agreed there's a chance they missed the tournament, but obviously that is
I don't know.
nowhere close to the truth now.
Well, I don't know if I would have said they were going to miss the tournament because I don't know. Kansas has
Just
a
said
lot
there was a
of,
chance.
I get it.
Chance.
I think that chance is extremely slim at that point. It doesn't matter. Kansas has enough clout to where they got to be like bad.
It's like North Carolina making the tournament a couple of years ago when they had like, I think it was like
Exactly
13, 14 losses.
Exactly my point.
That was bad.
I mean, you can almost expect every year that Kansas and North Carolina and Duke are going to be in the NCAA tournament because of the brands that they are. They're going to be there, no matter, and they're going to get the nod over some other team that might have worked their tails off, like a 2-loss Drake team, an example, or something.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get the vote over them. You know it, and that could have been this year. And once again, it came back early season. They didn't know who they were. They were one team with Darren Peterson. They were one team without him. Now they've played so much without him that now they know who they are without him, and they played just fine without him. And I bet you that I can guarantee that Bill Self puts his head on his pillow at night thinking, do I even need 22 on the floor? Do I even need him? Like, I bet he has a question mark. I bet he wouldn't say it out loud, but I bet he thinks about it. And looking at the rest of the schedule for Kansas, I mean, they go to Iowa State this weekend. Tough place to play in Hilton. Hilton Magic is a real thing. It's almost like the Fog, not on the same level. But you got to go to Iowa State. Tough place to play. Tough team to beat. But then after that, you've got a home game against Houston. That's another big Monday game. They got to go to Arizona, which is a tough one. But, I mean, every other game is winnable. I mean, there's a shot that Kansas finishes with one loss the rest of the way, possibly.
It would be Arizona, but
yeah.
Houston might be an even tougher matchup at home than Arizona just because they're a tougher defensive team on the perimeter. I'd be scared of Houston.
And I'm not saying that they will win that game. I'm just saying, first of all, that game is on Big Monday. Bill Self is 15-0 in top 10 games on Big Monday. Never has lost. The guy does not lose on Big Monday at home.
We'll see if it stays that way.
It does not happen. It does not happen. I mean, one would have thought there was a great chance for it to end last night. Darren Peterson out, all that stuff. Nope, they still find a way to win. I mean, Bill Self, if you go back and watch videos of Bill Self postgame, he's almost in shock that they won that game. He is so excited and so happy that they won that game. I think he was like, I don't know if we're going to win this game without DP. Guess what? They won. Yeah, he was almost in shock. It was nuts to see his reaction post game. But yeah, they don't lose on Big Monday at home. They don't. And that Houston game,
no.
Big Monday at home. They don't lose.
It'll be interesting. It's
absolutely nuts. That game was crazy to watch last night, and I'm still kind of floored how it all came together at this point in time. Before we get to our first break, there is another top 15 matchup tonight in our area. Number 7 Nebraska at home against number 13 Purdue. This ought to be another ruckus environment. Probably not the same as Fog Allen, but pretty ruckus. Nebraska coming off an 80-68 win over Rutgers to get back to their winning ways after dropping 2 in a row. But this is another game where I think a lot of Husker Nation sitting there thinking, well, are we the team that we were, or are we kind of the team we are afraid we might be? We're only going to beat the teams that we're supposed to, and now we're going to come back to earth and lose the teams. Purdue.
I don't know.
Been a tough.
Honestly,
Purdue, it has not been this great. They had a tough weekend this previous week.
They've been bad. I mean, they almost lost to Oregon, probably the worst team in the Big Ten, on their home court, and they lost to Indiana, Illinois, and UCLA in 3 straight games before finally righting the ship against Maryland. I mean, whatever. But Oregon, almost losing to Oregon in Mackey that stinks to me. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not worried about Nebraska tonight, but I like their chances a little more than not.
I think Purdue was overlooking Oregon to what they have ahead this week, because I think after Nebraska, they've got a pretty big game.
They've played a lot of bad teams close, though, I will say.
We'll see. Like I said, I think this is a big one for Nebraska. I think if they want to stay on the 2 line in the NCAA tournament hunt, I think they got to win this game.
Yeah.
If they don't win this, they're probably going to drop to a 3, maybe even a 4 seed in the tournament.
Well, they do only have 2 losses, though. I mean, I don't know if this drops them too much, even if they lose.
It's going to be, it's like what we talked about with Kansas basketball, North Carolina, all those ones. Nebraska has no equity in the NCAA tournament. None.
And they still have time to make it up, though.
They do, but there's no equity. Like, They're the committee's not like, well, there's Nebraska. Do they deserve to be a 2? They've never won into a tournament game. Oh, here's Kansas. Even though they've lost a couple here, I think they should be on the 2 line because they're Kansas.
Maybe not.
It could be that way. It really could.
It could be.
So, and I think Nebraska is vying to try and get a top 2 seed because that means you can almost pick your spot. I think they'd love to go to Oklahoma City in the first round of the NCAA tournament where they could have 9,000 fans, 10,000 fans make the short trip down to OKC. To cheer them on. I think they'd love to see
trip.
It is.
It's like what, 7 hours?
Yeah, 6-7 hours.
Short trip.
What? You go to Hugoton, that's halfway there.
I guess that's true.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Everything's far here.
It is. Everything is far. 6 hours is not that far of a long road trip. I mean, Michigan's probably going to take Buffalo. That's 5.5 hours. If we're talking, tournament sites. I mean,
that is true.
It's not that bad. It'd be better than having to go to Portland. That wouldn't be as much fun. You're not driving to Portland. You're going to fly to
No, absolutely not.
So at least it's a drivable distance.
That is fair. But
you just hop on 81
are they gonna
straight south.
I know that team's not getting on a bus and going down there though.
No. But I'm talking fans. No,
yeah.
Big matchup tonight in Lincoln, Nebraska hosting Purdue, and look forward to seeing how that game shakes out. I don't know what to expect. We'll see. More on the EpiBank text before we get to break. Michael saying, I called it, boys. We're going to take the next 5. Going to get Iowa State names on Saturday. So far, Michael, you have been right. We'll see about Saturday.
He's on it.
Unnamed texter. First time texter. Thank you, texter. Appreciate you chiming in. He goes, Bill Self was shocked. He felt they didn't play well at the half. He also felt they didn't play at their full potential at the end. Oh, so I didn't know that. I thought he was pleased with the second half performance, but maybe they didn't play the potential. I mean, I don't know. I'm telling you, when you beat Arizona, I feel like those, as James Westling described it on our program on Friday, he said Arizona is a professional basketball team playing in the Big 12.
They look like it.
Kansas just took care of them. They took care of them. And once again, I think the Fog had I was trying to think, like, what is the Fog worth in points? Like on
5?
I think it's actually 8.
8's a lot.
I think it's 8 points. I think the Fog is worth 4 made baskets.
Interesting. Hard to quantify that.
I know, but that's the fun part. Like,
I'll have to see if someone can put together some type of stat or analytic that
I would love to know
quantifies home court advantage.
What is the Fog worth in points? Because
I bet someone has done that. I bet someone's done that.
Get the crack research team on that, Schuh. Let's see what we can find here.
Okay.
But yeah, I know. I'm gonna say 8 points. I think the Fog is worth 8 points. It's just amazing to me how that place can propel them to wins. All right, let's get to our first break. We come back. We're going to touch on some high school hoops from last night. Connor was in Hayes watching Hayes TMP, so I got a good spot to watch the game from. That was a nice little spot they had.
That was a great spot.
It was a great spot. You got to watch the game there at Hayes TMP. Unfortunately, Colby comes up short. And we got games tonight, including Colby-Goodland, rivalry game number 2 in the basketball season. Plenty to get to on this Morning Bliss.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland, and let's get you covered. The insurance agency. Insurance the way it should be.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning. This is Tom Saludo with the Anderson Trade Group with your overnight market report on February 10th. In the overnight session, May corn was down up 1.5 at 430 1/4. May was up 1 1/4 at 438 1/4, and July was unchanged at 444 1/4. March soybeans was up 4 at 11.14.5. May soybeans up 4 at 11.29. In July up 4 at 11.40. March Kansas City wheat up 2 at 5.30.5. May KC wheat up 2 at 5.43.5. In July KC wheat up 2 at 5.57. Dow Jones is currently down 15 points at 50,202. S&P is unchanged at 6,984. NASDAQ is up 18 points at 25,371. Gold is down 6 points at 5,073.5. And silver is unchanged at 81.5 an ounce. Crude oil is also unchanged at 64.38 a barrel. If you're out in the Colorado area and have any grain to market or risk management questions, please call John Hanke or John Stiles at 970-744-4484, or you can call the Overland Park office, myself, Tom Saludo, Jared Law, or Tyler Ghosh at 913-748-3000. Thank you.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
If you're buying or selling cattle, make your first stop livestockmarket.com. Bred cows, heifers, pairs, bulls and frozen genetics, even feeder calves. You'll find them all at livestockmarket.com. Livestock Market features private treaty sales, online auctions, and live production sale bidding. You'll also find horses, sheep, goats, and hay. Check out the free Livestock Market magazine wherever you pick up Tractor House, and download the Livestock Market mobile app today.
When it comes to cattle performance this winter, protein isn't optional. It's essential. The right protein helps cattle pull more energy from every bite of feed and keeps rumen microbes doing their job. Want better fiber digestion and feed efficiency? Feed Smart Lick protein tubs. After all, performance starts with protein. It's not about working harder, it's about feeding smarter. Go to smartlick.com. That's smartlic.com to find your dealer.
From the locker room to your morning commute, it's all sports, all the time.
That's what I'm talking about. Sport!
On the Morning Blitz.
All right, continuing on a Tuesday show, February the 10th. Once again, a cooler day today on tap. Temps are supposed to be sticking around the 40s today, upper 40s. Yesterday, what was the temperature like in the Hayes TMP gym? It was 70 degrees. Was it warm in there? How was
it? It was hot. I'm not going to lie, I was sweating the whole time.
Maybe that's why you're feeling better. You sweated out all the toxins in your body at the game.
I probably did, but it felt great when I walked outside. It was like 50 and breezy. That felt incredible.
Well, anyway, last night there were actually 3 area hoop squads. Well, I shouldn't hoop squads. There were 3 area schools hoop squads that were on the hardwood last night. Oakley visited Greeley County. Lady Plainsman winning 61-29. Greeley County took down the Plainsman in the boys game 58-51. Hoxie hosted Scott City. Lady Indians raced past Scott 55-38. Boys beat the Beavers. Boys lost the Beavers. Hoxie lost the Beavers 64-28 in the boys game. And you were there at Hayes TMP. Lady Eagles falling on a last-second three-pointer 37-36, and the boys losing 67-58. I wonder what your thoughts on the gym before you dive into the game, because it's one of the more unique gymnasiums you'll broadcast from.
It was pretty cool. You don't usually get one of those super old school gyms anymore where you have that pit down below and it's all the wooden stands along every side, and it truly covers every side. It's in the corners, it's on the ends, it's on the sides, it's everywhere, and it's only I think it was 7 seats up, maybe, the stands, but
it's not huge. Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a packed environment, but just with how low the ceiling was, it felt like there were 1,000 people in that gym. So it was a pretty cool place to call a game, and I'm sure to play a game as well. So it felt like a playoff game atmosphere.
Well, anyway, a couple losses last night. Your thoughts on those two contests that you saw?
First, for the girls, I thought this was one of their best defensive performances of the year. And as always, I think they could be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, but it was a bit of an uncanny valley type of thing. It was like there's no shot clock there. So you're kind of going back to the old ways of high school basketball before this year, and you're used to playing with a shot clock all year, and now you have none. So you have time to kind of, just toss the rock around on offense and take your time to develop a play. And I think that's why it ended up being so low scoring. But Colby didn't capitalize on some opportunities I thought they could have throughout the game on offense. And I think that's what's led to a lot of the losses for the girls team is a little lack of aggression on that end. I think there could be more. I thought they played a great game defensively, and I thought they had the game won as well. At the very end, I think there were 5 seconds left when they had a baseline out of bounds, and they threw it into Maddie McCarty, who was sealing off down low on the right block and tosses it in. Go ahead, bucket. It's like, okay, there's like 3 seconds to go. We're good. We're just fine. But TMP's head coach, John Linton, he had a couple timeouts in his back pocket. Calls the first one. They inbound. They get it close to the midline. Then they get a side out right by midcourt. And, this was a ridiculous shot. I wish you could have seen this. They get it into the girl who was their leading scorer that night, Claire Shippers. She's at like the volleyball line, and McCarty is all over her. It's great defense. So she just kind of hoists one up, falling away. I don't even think she was looking at the basket, and banks it in, of course. It was ridiculous. Like 0.9 seconds to go. It was just stupid that it went in. I couldn't believe it.
So it was about, what, a 35-foot shot?
About that. It was around the volleyball line. I think just inside. So maybe not quite 35, but it was 30 plus, but she hoisted it up there.
I didn't know it was that deep of a shot, to be honest with you. I thought it was maybe a little bit, maybe it was like a wing something. Someone threw up a shot and banked off the side. No, it banked in straight in. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was like straight on. But yeah, that was ridiculous. And then the boys' game was something you don't usually see for Colby. Jordan Jones didn't have his best scoring night. TMP, I think they doubled him more than any team has this year, which is really saying something. And they just wouldn't let him get his shot off at all. And he finished with only 7 points, if I remember correctly. So I got to give a shout out to a couple other guys on the team that really picked up the scoring load. Josiah Hoppy, I think he had 19. Nathan Cates got pretty aggressive in this game and had 15 points. I think there was a play where, and he hasn't really shot the three that well this year, but he comes up to the left wing and just steps into one. Cash. I was like, this is like, it's good to see guys like him starting to step up, get more aggressive on offense, because that's what I've wanted to see all season, really. A more well-rounded effort on that side of the ball. And then Coben Curry was looking for his shot down low. I think he finished with 10 or 12 and had a pretty good game on the interior as well. But they just couldn't quite get the stops in the fourth quarter. They had a crazy run at the beginning of the third where they scored 16 unanswered to open up the second half. And then TMP kind of got back into it and led by 4 at the beginning of the fourth. And then they got a couple more on the board and they just kind of held Colby down. And anytime the Eagles would score, TMP would score. And it was just back and forth and back and forth. And they whipped that ball around. TMP can swing it, and their guys were just cutting everywhere. And it was like backdoor layup. It felt like almost every possession. But yeah, just kind of a rough defensive effort towards the end.
My question has got to be, when I look at this stretch, I mean, I think there's been some sickness that's gone through the locker room and stuff for probably both teams. And, for the girls, they've been able to salvage a win here or there over the last, 10 games or something like that. For the boys, they were ranked in the top 10 and now they've lost 8 of their last 9. With the lone win coming against Ulysses. I mean, where do you think the Eagles are, the Eagle boys are kind of mentally, as they sit here right now today on this Tuesday? I mean, I'm guessing probably fatigued. Number one, it's 4 games in 5 days starting here tonight. But I mean, to have lost 8 of 9 after getting off to the great start that was.
You can tell they do look a little tired towards the end of these games recently with the Holcomb and the Hugoton and now TMP. It's just you see the wind kind of fall out of their sails a little bit when it gets to the fourth quarter. They don't have as much juice as you would probably want. But I mean, what do you expect? I mean, like you said, they've had a crazy stretch of games. It's been 3+ games a week for the past 4 weeks.
God.
And that's usually not what you're getting in high school, that much basketball in a short period of time. So with the 2 cancellations or the 2 postponements of the Scott City and Hugoton games, that really threw things off and just has made this a nightmare stretch for Colby. And they were getting pretty juiced up at points in the game. You could see they were kind of getting their confidence back as a team, but it feels like as soon as it comes back up, it goes right back down with another run. In TMP, they shot the 3 ball really well. I think they had 8 as a team, and they hit like 6 of those in the first half. They were red hot from deep.
Home cooking there.
Yes, they could. They were shooting it well, and their student section was pretty loud and was certainly, heard by both sides, I would say. And yeah, Colby's they got to just reset, and we'll see what happens tonight, but just get some rest.
I don't think that the loss to Hayes TMP for both teams, particularly the guys, is a bad loss. I mean,
no,
TMP's
a really good,
team.
I was very surprised when I saw they weren't ranked.
Yeah, they're really, really good. And so I don't think it's a bad loss. I just think about the stretch that you're on. I mean, if you're playing 4 games in 5 days, and tonight is game 4 of this 5, at home against Goodland, and I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on tonight's game. But I've got a feeling that Goodland will be extra motivated after Colby came over here and took 2, back in early January. I think Goodland will be. I'm feeling the Cowgirls will be super motivated beyond all belief. The Cowboys, I'm sure, are motivated because it's kind of been 1 step forward, 2 steps back for them here the last couple of weeks, trying to get rolled together consecutive wins. So I don't know. Tonight's game's ought to be interesting. I'm very intrigued to see what Colby has in the gas tank with this being game 4 in 5 days. I'm very fat, and with the sickness that's been going around in Colby, I'm intrigued to see what this game 4 in 5 days looks like.
It does feel like everyone's a little under the weather, and that certainly contributes to the fatigue for both teams. But I'm sure there's going to be some extra juice in there just with it being the game against Goodland, the one you're hosting this time too. And it's like, hey, you stole the 2 games on the road, do it on your home court, please. It would be really nice if they could get these 2 wins, and I think that would be such a big confidence boost for the last 3 games of the regular season and then going into sub-state. So I believe the games are going to be close because I think the boys' teams are pretty evenly matched for the most part.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Goodland girls are having quite the season, but Colby still beat him the first time. So we're going to see.
I love what Bill Behrman said to me. He goes, I'm going to have to do my best to probably tamper down the amount of energy that the Cowgirls are going to want to put out on there. I just think they're going to be extra motivated after what happened in January. Because I think I'm going to have to kind of say, okay, just calm down here a little bit.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, we don't need to go nuts here. Let's just try and play well and try and get a win here. But we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting set of games tonight. Over there in Colby. Look forward to seeing what all goes on. There's some other games tonight as well. You've got Hoxie playing host to Trigo, Decatur Community going to Norton, Golden Plains is in Hill City, Tri-Plains Brewster is going to host St. Francis, Wallace County hosts Chi-Lin, Wheatland Grinnell hosting Quinter, and Weskin hosting Rollins County tonight. And some of the other area basketball games here on this Tuesday. All right, let's get to a break. When we come back, we are going to quickly get to our picks of the weekend recap. I'd have a feeling it wasn't a great weekend for me. For some reason, there's something in my gut says it wasn't that great. So we'll get to that next here on the Morning Blitz.
Kick off the new year in professional grade style with Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Right now, drive home a GMC Arcadia with 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or choose a 26 GMC CR 1500 and get up to $7,000 in rebates with an eligible trade-in or 0% APR for well-qualified buyers. Big capability, bold style, and New Year savings you don't want to miss. Start the year strong at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Shop online at hurlchev.com.
Your Cheyenne County Hospital in St. Francis is improving health with access to quality care. Whether you're looking for primary care, wound care, physical therapy, cardiologist, or anything in between, Cheyenne County Hospital can help. For info, visit their Facebook page or call 785-332-2104 or visit them at CheyenneCountyHospital.com. The Cheyenne County Hospital, located on 210 West Street in St. Francis.
Kick off 2026 ready for whatever winter brings. At Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby, they've got the gear to start the new year strong. Get organized with rugged storage totes. And when the snow starts falling, if it does, power through it with Ego and Craftsman snowblowers. Or if it's just the light stuff, blow it away with Ego leaf blowers. And don't forget ice melt to keep your sidewalk safe all season long. New year, winter ready. Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby. Helpful folks, trusted brands, and everything you need to get it done.
From drive-through banking to mobile deposit, we make it easy to get things done on your schedule. Banking should fit your life, not the other way around. This is Jessica Von Lintel at F&B Bank. Banking made simple.
In a small town, your banker should know more than just your account number. They should know your name. At F&B Bank, we believe in real conversations, friendly faces, and decisions made right here at home. I'm Paige Sneathen, Vice President at F&B Bank, and we're proud to serve your family like our own. Member FDIC.
It's not just sports, it's your morning game plan.
I don't even believe you have a plan. I have part of a plan. That is not a plan.
This is the Morning Blitz.
All right, we got about 8 minutes left to go on the program today. Thanks again to all the texters for chiming in throughout the program and getting their thoughts and comments in on the show. Let's get to our picks of the weekend. We got to get to those here and look and see how we all came out here this previous week. So without any further waiting, let's get to those picks of the weekend.
All right. Let's do it. It was a pretty close week between us two, actually. Neither of us.
I don't think it was that great of a week, was it?
It was an okay week. It was above average. We'll call it that. You were 8-5. I was 9-4. So got you by just a point. So now we're tied up in the standings.
Woohoo!
So this is big stuff. So for the Super Bowl, we went the complete opposite directions. I had the Seahawks covering. You had the Pats covering. Whew.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
That was not a good pick. Patriots did not show up. They forgot to play. That was a bad one.
They did.
That was really bad.
Not the best one, and a total shot in the dark on my my manufactured spread here with the Nuggets and Bulls. Did the Nuggets win by 5+? We said yes. They did. They won by, I think, 8.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm fascinated by your manufactured spreads to see how good you were. So let's see what
I think it worked out.
All right.
Heat and Celtics didn't have to manufacture this one. Celtics were favored by 7.5, but we both picked Boston just to win outright, and I think they only won by 2. So good thing we didn't pick the spread.
Win is a win.
A win is a win. Utah at number 11, Kansas. Well, Kansas won by 20+. Utah, I think, kept it within 13, if I remember correctly.
What was? So did we both pick them to cover the?
Yeah,
20?
we both picked yes.
Darn it.
I mean, that's a ridiculous spread anyway, but that's the point.
That's just what I mean. I should have known. You're going to get. I mean, they were up. I mean, honestly, I'd give Utah a lot of credit. I mean, they were hanging around in that game for a long time there, which once again, Kansas is probably overlooking a little bit, getting ready for Arizona. Still, they hung around quite a bit in that contest.
I hope Utah has a run in the Big 12 tournament like NC State did in the ACC a few years ago when they were like the 10 seed and they won the whole thing.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It probably won't.
Don't think so.
But the man can dream. San Jose State at Colorado State. We both had CSU getting the W. They did just that. They handled business against the lowly San Jose State. I forget their mascot.
Spartans, I believe.
Spartans. That sounds right. ASU at Colorado. The Buffs. The Buffs get the win.
That's right.
Forks down. Come on. That's to all my friends from Arizona State. Sorry, guys. Like they're watching.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Nebraska at Rutgers. Does Nebraska win by 15 plus?
No.
Nope. I think it was close, though. It was like
12.
13, 12. Yeah.
Now,
And
Nebraska led by 20 at multiple times in the game, but
did.
yeah.
And you said no, so you got this one.
Yep.
But I said yes. So no go for me. Kansas State at TCU. I came so close to picking K-State in this one. And when I was listening to the game, I thought I picked K-State. So I was feeling real good. I'm like, oh my God, they're up by 20? This is awesome. And of course, we know how that one ended. But we both picked TCU to win. So
I think
we're good on
I
that
said
one.
the words, they have to prove it to me, and they still haven't done that. So.
You're not proving it to nobody. Number 2, Michigan at Ohio State. Can Ohio State keep it within 12? I believed a little too much. Michigan, this is a different Michigan team than previous years. They are nearly unstoppable, and they won by 20. I did not have fun watching this one, and I said, yes, Ohio State would keep it within 12, and you said no. You were correct.
There we go.
Ah, God, that game sucked.
Michigan was motivated after they kept it close the first time.
Yes, at least we stopped Roddy Gale, Ohio State to Michigan transfer. I don't think he scored, and I think everyone took big enjoyment in that, in the Ohio State fan base.
There you go. You got
Hate that guy.
a feather in your cap for that.
Yes.
So.
Oklahoma State at Arizona. Does Arizona win by more than 20? We said no because Oklahoma State's been decent, and then they went out there and won by almost 40 points. So, no.
Yuck.
Not quite.
Oh, yuck.
Miami of Ohio at Marshall. The only undefeated team in college basketball. Miami won. We said so. We both got it right. Let's go, Red Hawks.
They are still, and they are only team left standing in the unbeaten category.
That's so awesome. I love that. Here was a fun one. UConn at St. John's. I picked St. John's to win, and St. John's got the upset in the Garden and beat UConn. You had UConn. They did not win. I had a feeling that MSG magic was going to be sprinkled all over St. John's, and it sure was. And then here's one that was a pretty good game that I think fell off of people's radars. Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana won in overtime. I had Indiana winning. You had Wisconsin winning.
Got hosed on that game. I'm telling you, I think Whiskey should have won that thing. That was tough. There was a call late in that game that was not a good one that went against Wisconsin. That was a
heck of a ball game, though.
Great game, but that was tough loss for Wisconsin. I love Greg Gard. He says, I don't care if they find me. I'm going after the officials.
He doesn't care. Greg Gard does not care.
Is that it for picks?
That's picks.
All right. So let's get 8-5, 9-4. Connor with the better week this week, and we are tied now in the yearly standings at this point in time. So
yes, we are.
Good stuff. There you go. Picks of the weekend. We'll have new picks coming up here on Friday. Okay, let's get to the walk off. We got to get out of here.
And back lifts his ball deep to right. How about a local three? Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime. Mahomes swings it. It's there. Hardman. Jackpot. Kansas City.
We just about had another brawl in the NBA last night. Little brouhaha between the Pistons and the Hornets. You happen to see any highlights of that?
I saw that. That's a budding rivalry now. Those teams have been going after each other every time they've played this year.
Two teams that have been so smelly for so long, now they're finally actually having some success there a little bit. So
it's good to see.
There were punches thrown, but there were none landed.
Sounds like a classic basketball basketball fight.
Just a little brouhaha right there in that scenario. A quick update from the Winter Olympics, in case you're curious. Norway, to no one's surprise, leading the way with 11 total medals, including 6 gold. Italy in second with 10 total medals, but 2 gold. Japan in third place with 7 medals. United States, little ways further down. They're actually in 6th with 5 total medals.
Hanging in there.
2 golds at this point in time. So we'll see. Haven't gotten to the real team sports yet. We'll see when that'll rack up. By the way, I think it's Team USA and Team Canada tonight in women's hockey.
Ooh.
So big rivalry game there. We'll see what that looks like. That'll do it for us tonight. Don't forget to catch the Colby-Goodland rivalry on your favorite radio station, and we'll talk to you then. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow back here on the Blitz. Have a good one.